Delayed gratification will get you to the right destination. If you've been watching me, you might have heard this before, but patience is a virtue and lack of it will hurt you. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, this is something that I learned before I started building this house. But this property has definitely tested my patience, but it's also taught me how much being impatient can hurt you. And not only can it hurt you physically, it can hurt you financially as well, especially when you're trying to accomplish a task with no experience. Let me give you an example of how the lack of patience can hurt you. I remember back when I was getting the plumbing pipes installed in the bathrooms. I got a couple of quotes, and because I didn't know any better, I decided to go with the cheapest option. So the plumber came, he did half of the work. I didn't see him for a few weeks. Then he came and completed the job. When he completed the job, I knew what he did was foolishness. But I paid him for what he did. He kept it moving. Then I ended up having to pay more to get the stuff fixed that he did incorrectly. Since I was using someone that was just trying to come up off me and not come up with me, he didn't give me any pointers. When you hire someone, you're paying for their experience. So by doing that, you get to learn from the experience that they've previously had, and they can educate you if you tell them to do something that doesn't even make sense. And you know, hindsight is 2020. So where I placed the toilet didn't really make sense. So I ended up having to get that moved as well. But if I would have actually hired someone in the beginning that had more experience, even if they would have charged me a higher price, I wouldn't have had to go through all of this. There's been certain parts of my journey where I've been like, all right, I just need to slow down, figure this out, and then execute. Because if I'm in a rush to get things done, then I'm going to stumble and I might fumble. And before I know it, the building might tumble. And patience can benefit you in many different ways. I remember back when I was looking for the lumber for the ceiling, I had went around shopping for prices. And around that time, I was getting ready to take a trip back to the States. So I just decided that I would get the lumber when I came back. So a few months later, I came back. And when I came back, the price of lumber dropped. In that situation, being patient saved me thousands of dollars because I was buying a decent amount of lumber. And this is something that many people in our generation don't quite understand, especially individuals in America, because they just got it easy peasy, yellow polka dot bikini. Life is very convenient and everything is systemized and structured. But when you come to a third world country like Jamaica, yeah, y'all love that Jamaican KFC, but you're gonna have to learn to be patient when you're dealing with them. But honestly, it's just the fact that allowing things to happen the way that it's supposed to happen makes life flow so much more effortlessly. Like there's nothing to stress about when you're letting life and you're not trying to force things to happen when it's not supposed to. I remember when I first started this project, the guys would come to work and then I wouldn't hear from them for a few days. And then when they showed up, they had numerous stories to tell as to why they didn't come. And my response would be, so why didn't you just call me and let me know? And over time, I built that relationship with certain individuals where it's now, all right, they'll call my phone, let me know, or they might even stop by and let me know because some of the people live in the neighborhood. But things take time. Everything isn't going to be the way that you want it to unless you create that lifestyle. Like you have to plant seeds. You're the gardener of your life. Like you have to plant seeds and nurture those seeds so that you can reap the benefits of the seeds that you're sowing. But a lot of people just want things to be how they're supposed to be, but that's not how life is. You have to create the life that you want, and you have to be determined to get exactly where you want to go. or else then you're just gonna go wherever they tell you to. Because in this game of life, you're either gonna take control or you're gonna have to pay that toll. And it's about that time. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell so that you're notified every time I make a new post. Until next time.